Hey everyone, welcome to a very elegant episode of Walking the Candy Aisle. I say elegant because I have something kind of special here today. Now, recently done a couple of Kit Kat specialty reviews, some from the Kit Kat Chocoaltory shop in Japan. Excuse me. These two single finger Kit Kats are maybe the most exciting, most sophisticated of the Kit Kat Chocoaltory brand products that I've reviewed here on the channel. These are the Chocoaltory's Moleson. Moleson, yeah, that's what they're called. They're called the Moleson bars. There's a white and a milk, I think, is what it is. Now, they're called the Moleson. I don't know exactly how you would say Moleson in Japanese, but it's based on there's a French confection called the Médion, which you'll probably know when I describe it. I don't know, maybe there's some French viewers out there who would know this, but it's you might know it. It's like imagine just a circular flat disc of chocolate, and then on top of it you would see raisins or nuts or figs or cranberries, something like that, dried fruit, seeds maybe sometimes, an orange peel, and it just sort of sits on top, and it's kind of this elegant little disc of chocolate. It's kind of like sometimes in in some of the high end boxes of chocolates, you'll see this kind of a chocolate specifically still included today in sort of some of the larger packaged stuff. But still, it's a little rare. It's uncommon, but it's not unheard of. So that chocolate, that style, is called the Médion, which I don't know if it stands for some kind of like medallion, but anyway, that would be Médaillon, right? Anyway, from what I understood, what I was reading online, the Médaillon traditionally it's like a layer of chocolate, and then it would have specifically different things on top of it that would represent. So it was a Christian confection, actually, to represent the different orders of monks. So you would have raisins, hazelnuts, almonds, and figs, dried figs, on top to represent. I don't know what they are. The Franciscans, the Augustines, the Carmelites. The different orders, right, of monks. So it was a monastic sort of thing that Christians would produce, in ancient times, I guess. Probably, I'm gonna guess around the holidays, around Christmas time. But that idea of a confection with something with sort of a dried fruit or a nut sprinkled on top that just sort of delicately sits on top has finally been translated into a more everyday kind of a chocolate bar. Now, the Kit Kat, I'm going to assume that Moleson is some sort of derivation of the Japanese pronunciation of that word, Médion. But I'm a little confused. I don't know. And here in Canada, obviously, Moleson means something very different. It's a brand. It's a company. And they have, it's a alcohol company, it's a beer company, primarily. But regardless, these Molesons have almonds and cranberries sprinkled on top. And when I saw a picture of it online, it looked very elegant, to be sure. I'm gonna try and be really I'm trying to be careful with getting this thing out. I don't want to wreck it. Oh, there you go. So yeah, so I was right. So this is the chocolate version. Doesn't look quite as. It's kind of like everything is just more embedded just on the inside. I wonder if you went to the shop, if you would get this in a more, more just sort of delicately sitting on top. Because that's certainly what it looked like in the product photos that I saw online. But those are product photos, so they could have been handmade. I don't know. Also, this does come in a larger size, like a deluxe SKU almost, like a bigger, like a chunky bar, but even bigger, I think. And there's the white. It actually doesn't look necessarily that attractive. I gotta say, getting into it, considering the presentation of what I was looking at on the internet, does not quite live up to the promotional material for it. However, I am kind of interested. Almonds and cranberries, or dried cranberries, is what I assume this is, are both they're good. They're good. Like if you get your standard sort of fruit and nut bars, definitely they're on the table to be considered for those kind of things. So, although I might have said hazelnuts would be the better way to go, let's give the regular chocolate one a try first, okay? It smells pretty good. It does look like milk chocolate, doesn't it? It smells pretty heavy cocoa. That is a darker chocolate. I don't think that's a milk. It's not a maybe heavy dark chocolate, but it sure tastes dark to me. It really doesn't look dark though. Either way, it's a little bitter, I would say. A little bit thicker than the regular fingered ones, I'd say. Do they normally have the two wafers? Maybe I always thought they just had the one. No, it looks like the right size. It's got to be two wafers and then the cream. But this is just like a thick layer of chocolate with all of these things embedded on the top. The cranberry and nuts definitely give a crunch to the top. I would say it's pretty nice. The almonds are generally a really good call to mix with chocolate. That actually tastes pretty nice. I wasn't really tasting the cranberries though. I gotta say they did not stand out to me. Let's try the white and see how that goes. Now this might be a pairing that actually works a bit better. That white chocolate flavor is really, I think it accents it a little bit better. And it's smoother, you know? I feel like I actually tasted the cranberries there. Yeah. A little bit of a chew to it. This white is better than the dark, definitely. Definitely. Interesting that the white comes in the red packaging. Yeah. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, might as well. Might as well finish them off. It's only 2 fingers of Kit Kat. I can do that. That's okay. Well, the texture of the almonds definitely adds. I think it's kind of interesting that Kit Kat doesn't specifically have nuts in it. Did I review a chunky peanut butter Kit Kat one time? Not a Kit Kat chunky with peanut butter on it, but like a Kit Kat with chunky style peanut butter. I feel like I did. Maybe it was in that chalk. What was that? Chunky 3? There was like a peanut. Oh, jeez, I can't even remember. Anyway, I don't remember how it was. So I guess that's sort of a moot point. But it seems like something that you would think that would be a good idea. And how come there isn't a Kit Kat almond? You know, there's almond. Almond is like far and away the most common nut that you... No, I guess it's not far and away. Hazelnuts are probably the most common nuts that you would find on chocolate. But almonds have got to be second to that. And third would be peanuts. You know, it's interesting. I think that played out pretty well, considering it's not something I would sort of necessarily go crazy to seek out, I guess. But I did really like the white, so I'm gonna recommend them definitely. And these are gonna be like a hard thing to find, guys. So if you find them, you might as well get it because it's an interesting one, that's for sure. But if I had an option to get it day to day, I don't think I would get the regular chocolate one. I think I would definitely only get the white one, which is a bit different for me because I don't normally seek out white chocolate. But I did think that was a nice mix. Still, though, if you're thinking about this versus your average fruit and nut bar that may be produced by Galaxy or Dairy Milk or something, I don't know that I'm going to go for this over that. This sits in sort of a weird space. It's not quite sophisticated enough to be considered like artisanal. Maybe if you're getting it fresh made from the Kat Chocoaltory store in Japan, sure, but it's not quite accessible enough, I think, to be your mainstream everyday on the candy aisle. So I'm not really sure that this has a really a good place, but I guess as a limited run sort of stylistic, sort of interesting idea to come out of that store, sure, definitely. And I'm glad I got a chance to try it. Walking the Candy Aisle is going to rate the Chocoaltory's Moleson, Kit Kat and Moleson. I'm going to rate them. I'm going to rate it a 4, but it's like a low 4. It doesn't strike me as something that I would need to get, but I do like the originality. I like the idea behind it. I like that it's something different, but taste-wise, it's nothing that's going to jump out at you. Anyway, that's my take on it, guys. Have you guys had a chance to try this? It's sort of a weird one, that's for sure. But I am glad I got a chance to see it and review it here for you guys. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please click the links if you'd like to see more reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I will talk to you next time. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.